Right, well, with the popularity of streaming, what role would you say television has for esports in the future?
I don't know if it does. I don't think there's any need or significance to really have esports on there from a numbers perspective. Because I feel like from a cultural perspective, it's very easy to be like, you haven't made it until you're on TV. But I mean, you look at the high-end cable channels and they don't get as good views as a lot of streamers and a lot of streams. So it's like, well, why do I want to try to force this thing that works on the internet onto this other medium? Because you think about what makes Twitch great. Well, the fact that it's easy, I can surf like that, and when I'm watching, I have a chat and I have people I can interact with who are watching right there. You can't get that on TV. Very difficult to create and structure that. Micro communities kind of happen naturally. Like if I watch like two different television channels, it's just what I'm in the mood for. But if I tune into a streamer like Man versus Game, I know there's going to be a certain personality of people in the chat and certain rules of how that chat functions. And you go over to like It Me JP, it's a little bit more rowdy of a chat, and people kind of like to joke around a lot more. And you have these different communities that exist, and that's like so unique to streaming and so cool.
Now, what role do you see the growing number of gaming houses playing as esports evolves? Gaming houses, people really just shacking up and to devote their time, as you said before, to just playing the game and studying it. What role do you see that?
I think that it will do two things. For one, it will, three things. All right, look, I'm doing this on the fly, all right, back off. So for one, it will help, it's one of those tangible things that will help elevate the view of gaming. To be like, oh no, I live in a pro house, and it's one of 15 different pro houses. And this is actually a thing that goes on that you just didn't know about, as opposed to being like, no, there's just a bunch of guys trying it, no one else does this. Then you just sound crazy. So that, the second one is that it will elevate, obviously, the skill levels of the players. So that will be hugely beneficial to the competition. I mean, this is why it's so fun to watch Koreans play StarCraft, is because they have the best training conditions, the best training houses, so their games are amazing and beautiful. So it's great for entertainment. And the third big thing is that it will help introduce and elevate the industry as a whole in terms of structure. How do you train in a training house? What's worked? What's not worked? There's training houses that have had no schedule, that have been catastrophes, and have said, God, we really got to rethink this. So they actually start to create, for the first time, a template to be able to create a pro house. I mean, now if you wanted to have a soccer camp, you can just download a manual online. It's like how to run a soccer camp, But like, if you want to have a pro house, there's no guide for that. But as more and more come out, and people start to get techniques, and there starts to be more understanding, just like there would be for a personal trainer. Well, great. Now it can be a much more professional industry, and when new games come along that have that potential, people will be able to plug in these templates to this new game to create something awesome.
So in general, in 5 years, let's say 5 years, where do you see esports going?
I hope in 5 years there are 2 major tournaments a year that happen in stadiums of over 50,000. That is my hope, and I think it's heading in that direction. And the second one is high schools more warmly embrace esports and have like high school level clubs in the same way that you have like high school math club or high school football team and that sort of thing.